Okay, good evening, everybody. Some video from today. I thought that I took more video of the Maricel, but it was just way shorter than I thought. So I think I forgot to press recording for half of it. So there's footage, but it's just pretty short. So we're gonna try to see what we can get from there. First of all, let's see, where's the frame. I have my cats hanging out around, so if you hear meows, if you hear bells, that's because they're just like, I suppose they like to hear me talk. So they're my assistants. They're my assistant coaches. Alrighty. So first of all, I like this catch. I think it's a good frame here. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty together. Let's see what we got. This is on the way to the palm tree, and if I have to be honest with you, on the way back to the boathouse, it looked even better. So you'll see here that there's a little bit of like things that we docked on the way to the palm tree, and then I think we fixed them pretty well. So let's take a look at it really quick. So again, this catch pretty good. Let's go see that finish right here. We're gonna go one step at a time. So as I told you guys, let's see. As I told you guys, like this one, it was just let me see. There was one stroke that you can see clearly that bow pair is getting out. This one, you guys can see here that bow pair gets out earlier than stroke pair. And that other stroke, we can go back to it, but it was kind of messy, and even here we can see a little bit of feathering to the water from Ron a little bit, and on two seat, it looks like you are feathering into the water a little bit with your port side, but not too much. And Arthur, I don't know if you can see here that your starboard blade gets out earlier than your port. So I know that it'd probably be a little bit of the set issues. Arthur, also look how much white water we're lifting during the release, and I see some white water. I think it's from Matt as well. So remember, being too aggressive, being like too like not quick, but being aggressive, like at the finish, can throw a lot of white water, and that with the oar locks is an indicator that there's something we need to be a little bit smoother. So here you can see again our bow pair getting out early, the onto seat kind of like feathering to the water, run a little bit, kind of like just stepping down. Oh well, the top down was okay, but I would say probably a little bit more like a clean exit would be so much better here. Let's start here at the finish. So we talked about it. Pretty good job in keeping your body to the center. Let's keep it up like that. There's sometimes that it's not more of a leaning. It's more like, I think it's like bringing the left shoulder up a little bit, but it's not the big leaning that we saw 2 weeks ago. Here, however, you can see that the blades are just, the boat is falling to starboard, sorry. To starboard, yes. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm tired. It's been a long day. So yes, you can see that the boat is falling to starboard, and I think that it's because, like, take a look at the right side. Take a look at the port blade, like how high of the water they are. So this might be an issue of, like, like the uneven exit. We talked about it, like the uneven exit, making like, so we have one pair going out earlier than the other, and also a little bit of the feathering into the water, and then we see Arthur here like exiting a little bit more. We see the feathering into the water. So all this, again, as we talked about it yesterday, with the four, there's so many factors that can affect our set. So I'm no head coach of the national team, but I can see a lot of things going on. So why does the boat fall on to one side or the other? It depends on a lot of things. Okay, so I cannot give you always the same answer to that, because each boat is different, each row is different as well. So I wish I knew why the boat is falling to port all the time, or starboard. But sometimes it's challenging as a coach. I'm still learning, and we're learning together, as we always say. But here my theories right now, I'm gonna go by theories. I like the word theories. I can see the uneven exit, and even here you can see that starboard side is getting out earlier than port. And again, the feathering into the water can have an effect on that. Let's go ahead at the hands away. So again, we saw here the blades on port side a little bit all over the place. I can see Arthur right there. Good job in scoring up early. And then we see Matt a little bit with Arthur. And then we see Ron and Dee kind of scoring up last minute. So I know that the conditions here were a little breezy. So again, I don't want to be too picky about it. But something that we can keep practicing, making sure that our blades go in the square. And then here we have a fall on the set. So let me go see if I can get another frame. So we go like this. See here, you can see a little bit of Ron getting out early, and Arthur still into the water. Matt and Dee still feathering into the water as well. A little bit of Ron. But again, I hope that the late feather drill helps, because after that you guys looked way better, and I'm sorry I didn't take a video. But you guys look better. You guys, I know that you were working on stuff, so kudos for that. And Matt, I don't know if you can see here a little bit on the leaning. That's what I was trying to say on the Mystique video. From my perspective, it looks like you're leaning a little bit towards starboard. I have seen it in the Mystique too. Probably it's the angle, and I'll pay more attention to it. I might even ask the person who rows behind you next time to keep an eye on for me. And I am also going to keep a close eye. But I don't know if it's my perspective. I don't know if we're actually leaning to starboard. But something to do with shipping. Hi, Mira. Coach Mira says that you're doing great, guys. Hi, kitty. Sorry about that. I have to pet my cat. There you go. Alrighty. So we were just seeing a little bit of Matt leaning into the water. Sorry, I lost track of. So here, see this point here. It's a pretty good example how the exit is not together on port side, but on starboard, surprisingly, it looks pretty good. But yes, port side was a little off. So objective when we're schooling, something as simple as thinking the blade in and out at the same time. All four of us can make a difference. But again, as I said, it got better. Hi, Mira. Let's take a look at, I think that I got feedback from mostly everybody. Let's see Ron. Again, I feel bad for you, bow sits. Hi, Mira. She's so chatty. I feel bad for you guys in the bow seat and in the middle. Sometimes it's hard for me to get good video view. Hi. So Ron, the first thing I see here, again, a little bit of a feathering into the water, so making sure that the blade gets out all the way in the square. See Arthur kind of waits a little bit more. I still kind of because I'm super picky, I consider it a little bit of a feathering into the water, but it's not too bad. Your blade will still will start feathering a little bit earlier. So when it's still probably halfway into the water, it will start feathering. And if it's 3/4 out of the water, if you feather, I'll be okay, well, I'll try to be a little nicer about it, but we want to keep ourselves accountable. Yeah, same on starboard side. And then here Ron, and probably even a little bit of the Matt. I can see your knees, and Arthur, I can see your knees a little bit. I think that as a team, all of us keep thinking about that body over. It's still something that we're lacking a lot. There's still a lot of body straight up. Denise going into early. So Ron, your homework is to keep stretching those hamstrings to keep getting that flexibility, and understand that, like, bringing the knees too much early and then like kind of like going straight with our body and then kind of like throwing ourselves into the catch can be a little damaging for the boat. Still a little bit of earlier roll up would help us, a little bit blades closer to the water. Again, entry looks good. Let's see if we can get both sides. And then, yeah, a little bit of wash it on the starboard side. Again, bow pair getting out early, feathering to the water. So I think that's all from now. Mira, say bye. Bye, guys. You guys look great. She's right next to me. So right now this is everything. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to comment and send me an email or whatever with questions. One thing that I wanted to mention, if you have made it all the way to the end of this video, is that I really recommend you taking notes, or like at some point or even after practice, try to take some notes about what you need to work. Try to make some notes about what needs to be improved. I really recommend it. Okay, alrighty, you all have a good night.